Has your barista been giving you the side eye and you just don't know what you did wrong? I may have an answer for you. So everyone's been stressed lately. In case you haven't noticed, there's some things going down, and there's been a lot of conversation about social distancing and what that might do to flatten the curve and really not halt the spread of this virus, but ensure that the already stressed healthcare systems don't become completely overwhelmed. So as a barista, I've had a very difficult time dealing with my anger, my anxiety. I've been going into work as normal because I mean that's where money comes from, right? So as I've been taking the bus or walking on nicer days down Notre Dame in St. Henry and seeing every place that is still open was packed. I would look in through the windows and see so many people who clearly have nothing could be further from their mind than social distancing. So I'm looking at these people going, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. But then they come into my cafe. They come into my cafe and they hand me cash and they breathe at me over the counter while I serve them coffee. And all the while I'm thinking, great, because I knew that my employer had something in place for people who develop symptoms or have confirmed contact. Um, Ideally, I'd like to avoid getting sick in the first place. So I was very pleased finally to go into work today. I had a very difficult time getting up and going. It reminded me of the last time I worked in a call center. I had days where I would get up, I would get ready, and I would crawl back into bed to just lie down for a few minutes. Lying down for a few minutes eventually turned into me missing the bus. And once I missed the bus, it's like, well, if I'm going to be late, I may as well not go. And then I would call in sick, despite the fact that I had no sick days. Actually, my first one-on-one with my manager at this company was to address the number of times I had called in, not to assess my progress, but that's a tale for another day. But no, I had that dread this morning as I lay in bed thinking, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to serve people who continue to come in and get their, half calf, no whip, whatever lattes. It's not essential. It's not essential. And in fact, in recent days this week, I served, I think, two customers in one day who were wearing gloves, which frankly infuriated me because I'm looking at this person and I'm seeing, oh, okay, you're wearing gloves. You recognize that it is risky to be out and about, but then you're putting your germ encrusted gloves on my counter, which I have to clean, but also, you're just in my store. You're in my. If I worked at a pharmacy, if I worked at a grocery store, fine. If there were people coming in buying those big boxes of coffee to bring to meetings because they still had to work, fine. A police officer or a security guard comes in and they order a cup of coffee, I have no problem with that. If you're working, I am happy to serve you a cup of coffee. But if you're coming in with your, fancy outfit and your friends and you're ordering, four blended iced drinks, like I can't with you. I'm sorry, I cannot. So today I was asked by my assistant manager if I felt safe continuing to work, and I said no, no, immediately not, no. And I told her, I said I have been so aggressive and rude and just really really not me with customers, and I would like to be myself again. So when she said we had the option to go home, I cried a little. I just I felt an immediate relief in that I can go home and not have to worry about where my money is coming from, and I can finally read those articles about how to take care of mental health when you're self-isolating, because there were no articles for how to take care of your mental health while you're making minimum wage and your employer refuses to close. So, I'm finally on the same page as everyone else. Welcome to my self-isolation, and we'll see how things progress.